Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel. Whether you're new or you're coming back, thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you all. I hope you have a wonderful start of the week, and this is going to be our daily energy check for divine feminine and divine masculine collective. All right, let's dive right in. I'm trying to fix the camera today. Something is happening. There we go. It's funny that after all my experiments with the actual camera, I'm still back to using iPhone. Just with my lighting, it works better than anything else. All right. So for divine feminines, the oracle message is number 41. Your greatest joy pollinates the world. This is essentially saying that in order to achieve your goals, in order to get to the place of happiness you want to get to, you need to step into joy. And as much as it seems pretty much on the nose and obvious and like, why are we even talking about it? A lot of people don't really recognize what it means or what the difference is, right? So look it up, do a little bit of your research. Obviously, if you're there, find out what brings you joy, get there. A lot of times, because we're talking about the frequency and the vibration of energy, it doesn't really matter how you get there, as long as it's a healthy way, it's a high vibrational way. But what you do exactly on the 3D level in that meaning is irrelevant, as long as you get there. That's why there's a lot of practices and methods of manifestation through tantra, through using sexual energy during orgasm, right? Because that's how you reach that peak vibrationally and with your frequency, right? And that's when that message kind of goes straight up. That's the highest vibration that we can reach here on Earth in our lifetime. So, you know, I mean, is it right? Is it wrong? It's obviously individual, but at the end of the day, that's what it is. I'm just trying to make a point that it's all about energy, right? Figure out what works for you. What do we have for the masculines? By the way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate your likes and comments. It helps me circulate this content with more people. And of course, if you're interested in a personal message, reach out via an email address or through my website, mindfulbamboo.com. For masculines, we have number 8 coming soon. Welcome to the next ascending age. We've seen that for a while that masculine have been figuring things out and closing the cycle, right? We were for a few days after the peak of the full moon in Virgo that was happening a week ago Saturday. We were still experiencing that energy of closing things out, of releasing, removing, transmuting. Right now, it's like ta-da-da-da, welcome to the new ascended age. It may be scary, still there may be a lot of reservations, and we'll see with tarot what's really happening in more detail, but that's what I'm getting generally, right? Like, it's scary, it's new territory, it's new rules. It's like when you moved from middle school to high school. It's exciting, but it's also scary because you have new teachers, new building, new rules, possibly new kids, right? And it's like, yeah, it takes getting used to learning what's what. It takes a minute. So there is that excited anxiety. That's what I'm getting overall for the masculines. Okay, let's see what we have with tarot. I've got the Driven Away tarot with me today. By the way, if you want me to be using a specific deck of your giving, I do have an Amazon wish list with a list of decks that I'd like to add to my collection to use on the channel. So if you want, you can buy it for me as a donation for the channel, and of course I'll be using them here. Or if there is a deck that you particularly like that's not on the list, just send me an email and we'll figure out the details, and I'll give you my contact information so you can send it to me. And I really appreciate that, because yeah, it takes a lot to maintain the channel, and even to support it with my energy, with my time. So there's certain things I need to compromise on. And now even more so that I'm preparing for my show. It's gonna be called Mindfully Awake. The first show is gonna come out live on April 5th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, I'll give you more information as we get closer, of course. But for now, just bear with me while I'm getting ready, and might be here a little bit less frequently. But then again, it will depend on your support, your donations, your requests. Okay, let's see. We have the Hierophant as the bottom of the deck. And I'm getting, particularly in this reading, it's not so much as a public figure of authority as it usually is, but it's more about a figure of authority in your life, in your individual life. So it can be, I don't know, grandparents, can be even a professor at college, right? Like somebody who's an authority in your life, not necessarily for the entire community, but for you. And this is somebody who impacted your choices a lot, knowingly or unknowingly, right? Because a lot of times if a figure of authority like creates impact on us and they pass on their belief systems, it gets recorded into our subconscious as the truth, as the right way, as the way to do things, to go about things. And then we make decisions based on that. And a lot of times we don't even realize that it's based on somebody else's fears and insecurities, essentially. Okay, feminines, your energy is Four of Cups clarified by the Tower. Speaking of which, and the Tower moment arrives to show where there was a faulty belief system, where maybe you were feeling sorry for yourself and you thought that things are not working out, or there is no good way to solve the situation, something along those lines. I'm hearing like this, getting this energy of desperation, of like there's just no way to sort it out successfully, right? And there is this energy of Tower that comes in and says, oh, wait a minute, actually there is. So it's like a good Tower. Actually in this deck I do like this, and I do like this card, because if you look at it, it's a lightning strike, but there are these squirrels. It's more like, it looks more like fireworks to them. They're curious, they're watching it, they're not running away, the world is not over. So it's like almost like this illumination of the reality, but it's gonna strike you, and that's the Tower moment. For masculines, we see Nine of Cups clarified by Six of Pentacles. And here, in turn, Nine of Cups is not as happy as it is a lot of times. Masculines realize how much they are not being an equal partner to people that they love, but also how much in their life they've been treated unfairly themselves, right? Like how things are turning around, right? Like this effect now that they're experiencing, like they get in the sadness of it, like what they wished for they couldn't get because how do I say this, the wish fulfillment was always, or has always been, for the equal partnership, for understanding each other, being on the same wavelengths, being in alignment with the partner. But what they got to, essentially, that not only they were not getting it, but they were doing the same to others. Things that they almost like swore would never happen, that they thought were just terrible. How could somebody have done it to them? They are doing now, essentially, themselves. There's that realization. Kind of like a dream gone wrong situation. Additional question, we have Ace of Swords clarified by High Priestess. That's that elimination. So what is it for each of the twins at this point? This somewhat tough, but it's bittersweet truth, I would say. It's bitter because it comes in like a lightning strike and it shocks. But it's also sweet because it brings certain release and relief, right? Knowledge is power, they say. So how is that power being added to a divine feminine reality? Page of Wands clarified by Three of Wands. To me, it's almost like a continuation of a story, because like this woman is walking here with the wand, right? Almost like she walked off this picture into this one. I know the artwork is very different, but still the general idea. So the feminines, the idea is like this truth that this lightning that strikes is the idea of humility, and how much of divine intervention actually is included into the choices that we make, into the intentions that we set, into the decisions, into the way our path unfolds, right? How much we are really a page, and a page does have some power, but it's not ubiquitous. It's not like it's only us who decide, right? And I know it may interfere with someone's beliefs here, but whichever way you go religiously, there's still, whether you believe in the universe and its energy, or some deity, some philosophy, some mythology, you know, whatever it is, there is that higher power. And certain things we are predispositioned to them, right? Certain things we're meant to live through, and not like a punishment, not like somebody up there decided that we have to go through this. This is part of our contract in this lifetime, especially if you're on a twin flame journey, even more so. Twin flame is another piece of that contract. It's the framework, is the set of patterns, and whichever you want to call them, topics, issues, pain points of humanity that we're living through, to be able to heal them. So of course there is certain predefined list of those things, and each of us, like, then there is like this mosaic of our soul story, and then the story of the ancestry line that we are born into, and that family, right? Like there's so much there that interweaves, but beautifully, for us to be able to fulfill this contract. So yeah, there's that realization. For feminines, for masculines, I'm sorry, we have Five of Pentacles clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. For masculines, I mean, it is somewhat similar. I still see it in the darker light though, I would say. Right, the Wheel of Fortune essentially is what I've been saying, that there is that divine intervention, that there is the higher power that is spinning the wheel in a certain way with a certain speed, right? But the irony is that masculines at this point are looking at it as they was a victim mentality, right? Like, oh my God, so it's all been predefined. So I was supposed to be here. I was supposed to go through all this suffering. So it's that part of where they still need some time to accept it and understand how that benefits their life, how that is working for them, not just happening to them. Messages from feminines to masculines. Six of Swords clarified by Nine of Swords. So feminines are seeing that there is a lot, or feeling, depending on whether you're in contact or not, that there is a lot going on with masculines, with their thoughts, with a lot of realization and reconsideration of past events. And so feminines are asking them to go into the space of calm, into the space of safety, to find that safety in the current times as a priority, and not try to solve all the problems of the world or make it up to everyone or whatever. Feminines are saying, masculines, you have time. We have all the time we need. Right now, it's important to give yourself that space, time, permission to reconcile all that new information that clashes with the old one, to find that truth and to find that balance, to find that stability again, and then build upon it. Messages from masculines to feminines. Ace of Cups clarified the Sign of Pentacles. Masculines are planting something to show their love. They are planting seeds. It may still be small, it may take a while, but they definitely want to share this couple. Look at it, how overflowing it is, right? And they know that you are the worthy recipient, and when they think about doing something loving, something kind, helping someone, supporting someone, you are the first person in their mind. And not because, you know, there's something wrong in your life and they want to just help you. Could be, but that's not the vibe I'm picking here. It's more like they want to add that positive value. They want to add to that happiness and emotional fulfillment for you. And if you have 9 cups, they want to be the 10th cup. That kind of idea. Yeah, speaking of 9 of Cups that masculines had a little bit earlier in this reading. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Don't want to make this a long reading. We do have new moon in Pisces coming up this week, so I'll definitely speak about that. I hope you had an interesting experience during Truth Your Portal. If you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend watch it. It's the previous video on my channel. If you have any questions, leave a comment or contact me via email address. Until next time, bye.